Rock Sally TV. 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 Rock Sally TV.
You mentioned Karen Berg, who was such a champion of yours at Warner's, as an the A&R rep. Talk about what she meant to you in terms of not just personally but professionally, and maybe some advice that she gave you that set you on the right path.
Well, we had we just kind of managed to find ourselves in a place in New York where we had a handful of really good opportunities, like we built that up just from what we were doing, and I just had some luck, and things looked promising, and so ultimately there was this moment when I had two major label contract offers, like actual offers, and it was Warner's and RCA, door number 1 or door number 2. And I went with Warner's because they were more fun to hang around with. Like I'd go to Warner's and just sit in the office, and it was, a great group of people, real vibrant atmosphere. We'd go out to these amazing restaurants. And then the one time I went up to RCA to hang around, we ate a lunch in a conference room, windowless conference room, as I recall. And they brought the food in, we were sitting at a conference table, and it was just like, okay, it's Warner Brothers, But the offer from RCA was for more money, but I went with Warner's, and Karen, I just loved her, and I just really was happy that she liked me, and Karen was a very cool person. She was a freedom rider in the early '60s. About a year ago, I read the autobiography of Robert Guillaume, the actor and singer. He was on. And I knew that he and Karen were close to one another and knew one another. And when I went to Karen's memorial service, Robert Guillaume was there, and I met him then. But about half this book was about Karen. So I learned. I knew a lot about her before, and then I learned much more from reading this autobiography of Robert Guillaume. And she just was a really marvelous person. I'm glad that I knew her.
As a producer, was Richard Goddard your first choice, or was it something from the label saying, hey, this is the guy that's going to work?
Oh, well, I got in a jam, because I fooled Warner Brothers into letting me produce the record myself. But I was fooling myself, too, because I really couldn't do it. And so that, after I struggled a little bit, a distress call went out. And I wanted to reach out to Richard because I knew him already. I'd worked with him on a Robert Gordon album. So I just was, comfortable around him as a person. And right at that minute, he had a #1 album with the Go-Go's. So, Warner's didn't argue with the choice. It was like, oh yeah, perfect. So, he came in and bailed me out, and we made a record together, and that was my first album.
Rock Sally TV. 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 Rock Sally TV.